Hey folks, Charlie Sims here. Welcome to my channel. Hope you are having a lovely day and thank you for joining me for a speed build. And today we're going to be building in the new world we got with the high school years expansion pack, Copperdale. And yeah, as you can see, I've started with making sure that I used that trellis ladder and the escape window. Yeah, that's how you can get your Sims to escape, which I think is really your teenagers, I guess, to sneak out the house, and I think that's really cool. So I wanted to make sure that I just got that in before I started putting everything else down, and also, like, just my initial thoughts. I haven't really looked at the whole of Copperdale yet, but I really like this a lot. I like the little drop curve. I just think it's really realistic, and like, even though we haven't got cars, I do like it when lots are connected to a road, because it just feels really realistic to me. Like, where I live, I just like it when they're connected to a road. So this feels really realistic, and there's like a house close by, and the neighbourhood's really nice, and I'm just super impressed. I can't wait to just build everywhere here. Yeah, really impressed. But yeah, so this house ends up being three bedrooms, one bathroom. So, like, not ideal. It's a little bit cramped. There also ends up being a work shed, a living room, a dining room cum games room, a galley kitchen, and then a front yard that you would have just seen me put the fence down on the left. And yeah, I think this is really cute. I think, there's a lot considering the space. I think this is like a really small lot, but I do like it though. I can imagine me building in here a lot. But yeah, no, I just really enjoyed it. But yeah, I really enjoyed building in the lot. And yeah, I was thinking, the Sims who lived here, I was actually thinking that there was a single dad living here, and then like two teenage boys. That's kind of what I envisioned. Obviously, like, any gender of people can live here, but that's what I thought when I was building it. So yeah, and I was thinking that, like, the dad is like struggling, like, financially, like, a little bit, being a single parent. So what I do is, alongside the wallpaper and everything, I kind of add some decals that make it look a little bit, I mean, not dirty, just like, scuff marks on the wall, and just like, things need to be done a little bit. I kind of wanted the aesthetic to look like that. So yeah, that's what I end up doing, and I think it looks kind of cool. Like, it's nothing over the top, just like a little bit of detail, because not all homes are like perfect, and that's kind of what I went for with this build. But the outside structure is basically done. I was playing about with platforms a little bit here. So what I did was, it is actually a medium floor, but I raised the platform up quite high on the middle bit of the house, I guess the middle bit of the building. And then to the right of it, that little like outhouse looking bit that's like attached to the house, the platform is much lower, and I think it kind of looked like the walls were different heights, kind of, and that's kind of what I like, because you can't actually like do anything. You can't actually have rooms at different heights. So like, me adding that window above the door on the medium height wall is basically as close as I'm going to get aesthetically for it to look like the walls are at different heights. So I just kind of wanted to like play about with that. But obviously, like, it is only one floor on the inside, because yeah, you can't do that. But as you can see, like, now that we're in, the platform is like much higher, and I think it looks cool. And same for like this side, which I guess is their, like, I don't know, sunroom bit, like just bit that's attached to the end. the house. It is a lot lower than the other parts of the house, but yeah, I think it just gives it some fun dimension, to be honest. But yeah, like this is the main living room chill area. And yeah, as I said, I wanted to make this look dated. Like, you know, they've done up a few things, but you know, the dad has a dog and 2 teenagers, so like, you know, the house is a little bit scruffy in places. I imagine him kind of like fixing up one thing and then something else, you know, going wrong. Kind of, that's very much the aesthetic of the house. But yeah, just pulling out these kind of dated curtains. God, I love so much of the stuff we got in this pack. Like, love these curtains in particular. We haven't really got curtains where there's also some sheer curtains behind them as well, which, yeah, I think that is so realistic, because you do normally have some like kind of see-through curtains for like privacy, and then you have your big curtains that you close. So I kind of like that there's 2 in there. There's the sheer curtains and then the thicker curtains. It's nice. But yeah, as you can see, like I've just put some cobwebs, you know, just dotted about. I don't actually know why you would have a cobweb there looking at it. Like, you would probably sort that out, but you know, he must be really busy, like raising all his children and then working in his workshop. And yeah, I was thinking that he like fixes up people's furniture, and he's kind of like a freelance like wood shop kind of thing. That's what I was thinking that he did. But that was basically the living room, that's a little bit more dated than the rest of the house, because yeah, I just don't think he's got round to fixing it. And this is the kitchen area, the galley kitchen. I was gonna like not make it a galley kitchen, but that window is a little bit too low, because you know of how like short the walls are in this middle bit of the building. But it is like, I tested it all, and like it does work, this middle bit, which is good, because yeah, this is one of the things that I really like about platforms, to be honest, that you can kind of, you know, do this. I think it looks cool. Also, the other thing I like about platforms is if you put a wallpaper down. So for example, like I actually use the Realm of Magic wallpaper, the bathroom wallpaper, but the tiles are only on the lower half of the wall. So when I put it on these walls, because the lower half, you can't see the lower half, it's because it's all platform, right? You can just see blue, so it looks like a really nice wallpaper shade. You'll see it in a minute, but I was actually like really happy with that, because the wallpaper colour is actually stunning. Like, it is a shame that we don't have an alternative without the tile, because it was really nice. And I also use the high school tile. I'll pull it out. I think we got a few tiles, but I'll pull it out in a minute. But it doesn't look so patterned, because you don't get the lower half with the pattern, which is quite nice. It's like a more like subtle looking tile for your kitchen. So yeah, I just really enjoyed like the different types of wallpapers I got from like just making the platform really huge and having medium walls. I actually do really like doing that. So yeah, you can see here that you just get a trim of the bottom half of the wallpaper that I think it would have been a bit much, and I actually really like it with a trim because it goes with the tiles as well. It just all worked out. It was like a happy accident. But yeah, I'm just cluttering up the kitchen now. It doesn't really change much from this. I just add some more on the shelves. So I think I add that green one, and then also this green shelf as well. Yeah, and I think that looks really good with that clock there as well. Just hanging up a little what I thought was a tea towel, and then also just pulling out the wood there for the fireplace. We got that with werewolf stuff, and I completely forgot we got that. This is kind of like what happens sometimes to me when we just like get so much in such a short amount of time. I'm just like kind of spoilt for choice. I haven't even had chance to really like look at everything, but I actually really like that. So I added that, and this is the this is the dining room. And then I didn't know what to do with the other side, but then I just thought, what would a family of 3 boys like kind of enjoy having in the living room? And then I kind of thought about my boyfriend wanting to move his pool table in, so we ended up we don't have a pool table in The Sims, but I think I took the foosball table out. I add that to the corner, and I think I also had the darts board. That's just like a bit of fun. I just scuff up the walls as well. Also like, to go with the whole kind of, not poor, just, like not well off, like struggling dad, kind of struggling single parent. I thought that table with the book, kind of, I guess, making it not wobbly anymore, right? I thought that just like added to the vibe. It just made total sense with the story that I was trying to tell in the house. So I was really happy with that. And I also put laundry in this build as well, and I never put laundry in a build. It's just the bathroom. There's only one bathroom, but it ended up being like a really spacious bathroom. And then I thought, it'd be nice if I put laundry in for a change. We just swap out the mirror for like a bigger mirror, and then I'm just adding like some towels, and then I pull out the kind of clutter item rug thing that we got with high school years. That's basically like similar to what we got with Parenthood, right? It's just like a bag thrown on the floor and clothes on the floor. I'm really glad we got another one of those, because I use that all the time in Parenthood. Really happy that we got another. I think I end up changing that curtain to a bit more of a muted curtain. That looks a bit much now that I look at it in that bathroom. And then we're using the new like Art Deco sink as well. Just wanted to use some more of the new pack really, and just have a look at the items. I think this looks like a nice, like, realistic family bathroom. And I also found a rug that matches the tile quite nice, from the new pack as well. So I would really recommend it to builders. I'm not sure about the gameplay, because I haven't played with the gameplay, and I probably won't. I'm not sure. I can certainly like recommend it to builders, because I really like this pack. I could probably recommend it just on the curtains, to be honest. They always give us something unique in every pack, and in this pack it's the curtains, like really detailed, decent curtains. I'm just so impressed. But anyway, enough about curtains. As you can see, I'm now kind of adding the wall decals to just make it, not as pristine, because, what homes are pristine? And I was imagining that this was quite old anyway, so I was just kind of having fun just adding these little decals. If this isn't your thing and you'd like to download the house, you can just, feel free to remove the decals and do, whatever you like. But I kind of like them as like a lived in, like, worn aesthetic. I don't know, maybe I went a little bit over the top in some places, but I tried to dial it down, and I also enjoyed adding these paw prints as well, and then I end up just adding a few things for a dog. So I've got some leads over there, and then I add some bowls and a little dog bed as well before going upstairs. This is actually a 2-bedroom. So one of the sons has his bedroom upstairs, and so does the dad, and then the shed conversion belongs to the other son. And I was imagining he got the shed conversion because, like, he's a bit older or something. Because I guess, you probably would want to sleep in an outhouse, you know, separate to the actual house. I think you would anyway, but I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe it's just personal preference. But I think for a teenager, I imagine that's what they'd quite like. So, yeah, and I was just imagining that teen was older. I decided to connect the front and back porch with this little path, and then we've got a bit of space for some more greenery as well, and I just kind of make this overgrown to continue with the storytelling of a busy dad. And yeah, and then I also pull out the grass from cottage living, and that looks nice. That kind of looks like, I don't know, weeds on the floor or something. And then on the patio, I just add a table and a few chairs, and that's really everything here. I just also add a little light next to the door on the wall. But yeah, that's really all that's out here. I didn't want to clutter it up too much because it's only like a little space, and I think that looks really cute. Looking at that, I don't know whether you would be able to get down the trellis. I'll have to look at that before I upload to the gallery. I've just noticed then that table was extremely close to the trellis ladder, or the ladder that looks like a trellis. So I'll have to like take a look at that. But yeah, now we're on to the first teenager's bedroom, and he's got a bigger bedroom than his dad, which is pretty nice. I don't know whether any parent would actually make that decision in real life, but I wanted the teenage room to be bigger because we got a load of stuff for teenage rooms, and yeah, I just wanted to kind of have fun cluttering that up. And yeah, the parents' bedrooms are always really boring, so yeah, I just gave him the bigger room. Oh, I know why I gave him the bigger room. Of course, I gave him the room with the escape trellis, because I thought like he was a bit naughtier than his brother, who, to be fair, can literally just walk out of the outhouse. So happy days, and still break curfew. I haven't played it, but I hope that it works nicely with the parenthood system as well. For, you know, having curfews, I think it would work really nice with the parenthood system as well, which I love. I loved when they brought that about. That was really fun. But yeah, I think it would go really well with, like, you know, your unruly teens. But yeah, just add in some more clutter and a football, because I thought he did football. And then I love this Art Deco wardrobe. I love it in every swatch. I think it's stunning, and I love this like rubber chair and the beanie chair. I think it's just so fun. Yeah, just ended up rearranging the room a little bit because I didn't like how the desk was just in that corner. I just don't think you'd ever want to sit there, so I moved the wardrobe in that corner, which I thought worked a bit better. So he's got what I thought was a little chill area for him and his mates, maybe like a study group project area. In my mind, that's what it was. He's got like a huge, nice laptop setup that I think he asked his dad for, until his dad got so annoyed that he ended up just saving up for it. Because it was like the only thing that the kid wanted, the teen wanted, and he was a bit like, everyone else has got, you know, this setup, and I want to, talk with my friends. Can I please have it? And then the dad just like saved up every penny, and that's why he's got like dated wallpaper as well, because the dad hasn't saved up enough to like, refurb the house and redecorate, because it is expensive. Redecorating your house is a lot of money. So yeah, this is just some dated wallpaper that the son has basically covered in posters anyway. Love some of these posters. I think they're really fun, and they really go with all of the posters that we've currently got. I was actually getting a little bit bored of just like using the Parenthood ones all the time, so I'm really happy that we've got like some more posters that are also a little bit more grown up. That's really fun. I decided to give the dad like a walk-in wardrobe, and then oh yeah, this was fun. I decided to kind of make this like a seating area come ottoman. I mean, I guess you can actually sit on ottomans, right? But it looks a little bit built in my opinion. Apart from the fact that there's a missing chair. I really wanted to use that that blanket that was just thrown over the seat. I thought that was really nice. Well, I mean, the modular furniture, that's all it was. It was modular furniture, and then I think that's from Kids Room, that chair. Yeah, and I thought that looked really nice. I thought that was good. And then we decided to go for dark green again. I don't think this is like the dad's personal taste. But also it did kind of fit in with the rest of the house. So, and I don't know, all of the wallpaper was just looking really bright in this room. I'm not sure whether it was the windows or the lighting or what, but nothing was really working apart from this wallpaper that I actually think is really nice for like a Victorian like home. I think that's nice. Just getting that clutter item and putting it in the shed before I forget. Yeah, and he hasn't got too much. We end up battering up the walls again with some like decals, and then I also thought that he had like lost his wife. So I was gonna put when I thought that this was her picture, and I was gonna put a wreath under it, but then I thought people probably don't actually have like wreaths. I don't know, but I decided it might be a bit nicer with a shelf and a candle. I'm not sure whether people actually like have wreaths in their like homes, like maybe. So yeah, but I ended up putting in just a candle on a shelf, and I thought that looked nice. And now I'm just adding some of those radiators that I love. I don't know if it's realistic in America, but because I know like Copperdale is like, you know, based on like an American town, American high school experience kind of thing. I'm not sure whether they have like a load of radiators or it's like too hot. I mean, I guess in certain states it would be, right? But in England, in every house, there's just like loads of radiators, and that's why this is literally one of my favourite items in any pack. It's just the radiator. I just love it. So we put a load of radiators everywhere. And I also really like the lamps that we got, especially that one that you would have seen me just place about extremely quickly. We get like a couple or maybe three, and yeah, I really like the kind of, I don't know, sparkly bead. It almost looks like there's some beads like dangled down from the chandelier. So there's this one, and then there's that one with a load of beads. I really like the bead one. I think it's really nice. But yeah, I just added a couple of chairs on the front porch and a table. And this is kind of like the dad's like work station, home office, I guess. And I just end up cluttering this up with some like shed stuff, really. Pull out that bird feeder from Eco Lifestyle. Yeah, and then, yeah, I think I just end up adding, what do I add in this corner? You don't see it on camera, but I end up adding an old busted fridge and then a box on top of that box on top of the fridge. And I was just thinking they had an old fridge that they haven't taken out yet. But now I'm just kind of pulling out some junk, end up putting some plant potters, plant boxes even, on the floor stacked up. And yeah, I kind of come back to this actually because I don't like clutter it up very much. I don't know. I think sometimes I come back to things if like I haven't cluttered them up enough because I don't know, I've just been building for hours or something. I'm like quite a slow builder. But yeah, at some point I will probably do a high school, but like, you guys, the community, I'm just blown away by some of the high schools, honestly. And I'm just like, should I even bother? And then I'm just like, well, maybe. But then I don't really know what I'd build, to be honest. I'd have to look at some photos. All of the high schools around me are like kind of ugly looking, and I think they'd look a bit weird in The Sims. So I'll have to take a look. But like, some people's high schools are just so amazing. I'm just like, yeah, I might just leave it. But yeah, really like enjoying everyone's builds. Like, I actually just record what I enjoy watching. So I really enjoy watching speed builds, so that's why I record speed builds. I just record things that I would want to watch. I don't know. So I actually do watch some speed builds. I mean, all the time, really. To be honest, I just enjoy them. I don't know. I just like the game. I like watching other people play the game, and I'm just blown away all the time. But yeah, now I was actually thinking, like, this son was into like fashion or like fashion photography. I was thinking I don't know, maybe fashion and photography, but I was thinking that maybe he wanted to be like a fashion photographer, which I think like we do technically have in The Sims. So I mean, you might not be able to do it at college, but and then I gave him like a little vanity shelf. I actually used to, when I was a teenager, I used to put my makeup on a shelf by a window. So this feels really realistic to me, and actually it works out because this son's room is not as big as the other one's room, despite being like in an outhouse. It's just not as big, but I think he's got like everything that he needs here. Yeah, and then I do start by adding this really cool vibrant like wallpaper, but then I think it doesn't really match with the rest of the house. Like, it doesn't look that cohesive with the rest of the house, so I later changed the wallpaper to be a bit dated, just to match the rest of the house, really, because I was thinking it kind of looks like a bit disjointed. I just wanted to pull everything together. Oh yeah, and then I was thinking that this is like, maybe because I think his other son is quite like arty as well, and I was thinking like maybe that's his son's work, like his son's prints and textile work, and he's like put it on the wall because I think like he's proud of his sons. Like, that's what I was thinking. Yeah, we end up using this wallpaper actually. Yeah, so because it looks dated and old. And yeah, I just add like a load of scuff marks to this again as well. And then I think I match the wood as well to this. And then I go back in and clutter up the shed. Because yeah, the shed is just not cluttered enough. So I end up going into the debug menu. I did actually have Twisted Mex's better build and buy catalogue, which means that you just get debug items like really easily. You can just like clone them, and they're in the menu. If you turn it on, if you turn on that setting to put them in the menu, they're just in the menu. But of course, the update means that I haven't got my mods installed anymore, so I think that's probably why I ended up doing the shed last, because I was like, I've got to go through this debug menu that I haven't had to go through for ages. So yeah, but we do pull out like spanners and things, and I just end up cluttering up that shelf that actually looks like, the dad's probably made that shelf, which is like what I quite enjoyed. Also, as a trick, if you haven't got the red OMSP shelf, which I guess you haven't if you're on console, this modular shelf works really well as an alternative to the OMSP, by the way, because it's just got so many places to put things that like everything goes on this shelf. It's a really good shelf. Yeah, so if you can't install mods, I recommend. But yeah, we're almost coming up to the end of the build now. I'm just going to clutter up this shelving unit a little bit more. So I hope you enjoy this build. If you liked it, please hit the like button, and if you'd like to see more content from me, please hit subscribe. Catch you later.